Rain lashed against the windows, a relentless drumming that seemed to vibrate the very bones of the old house. Inside, 10-year-old Lily huddled beneath a mountain of blankets, the glow of a flashlight casting grotesque shadows on the walls. Her parents, notorious for last-minute travel plans, had left her alone for the night. A first. Loneliness gnawed at her, a prickling unease that wouldn't be soothed by the flickering images on her worn copy of Alice in Wonderland. Every creak of the house, normally a source of comfort, now sent chills down her spine. The wind howled like a banshee, rattling a loose window pane on the upper floor. A twig scraped against the roof, sounding uncannily like scratching claws. Lily squeezed her eyes shut, picturing her parents on a sunny beach, far from the storm. Suddenly, a power outage plunged the house into darkness. Lily yelped, her heart hammering against her ribs. Scrambling out of bed, she bumped into the dresser, knocking a picture frame down with a crash. Tears welled up in her eyes. The only light now came from the occasional flash of lightning, illuminating the room in a stark, ghostly way. Then a noise. A soft thud like a footstep coming from somewhere downstairs. Lily froze, her breath caught in her throat. It couldn't be her parents. They would have called out. A surge of primal fear flooded her. Her mind raced with possibilities, each more terrifying than the last. Remembering her dad's advice about never opening the door to strangers, she crept to her closet, gathering her courage. She grabbed a baseball bat from her dad's fishing gear, its weight reassuring in her small hands. Each step on the creaky floorboards felt like an announcement, echoing through the silent house. Reaching the top of the stairs, Lily peered down. The darkness swallowed everything, a thick, oppressive blanket. The rain continued its relentless assault, the only sound besides the pounding of her own heart. Gathering all her courage, she whispered, "Hello? Is anyone there?" Silence. But as she waited, a low chuckle drifted up from the depths of the house. A sound that sent a shiver down her spine and made the hair on her arms stand on end. It wasn't human. It was a sound that belonged to nightmares. Panic swelled in Lily's chest. She knew she couldn't stay there. Backpedaling towards her room, she tripped and fell, landing hard on the floor. The bat clattered away a few feet from her grasp. Tears streamed down her face as she scrambled for it, her fear a tangible thing she could almost taste. Just as her fingers brushed the handle, a floorboard creaked above her. Lily's head snapped upwards. In the brief flash of lightning that followed, she saw it. A figure silhouetted in the doorway, tall and skeletal, with eyes that glowed like embers in the darkness. A scream ripped from Lily's throat, raw and primal. The figure took a step forward, its movements jerky and unnatural. It reached out a long skeletal hand, its claws glinting in the lightning's flash. Lily snatched the bat and swung blindly, connecting with a sickening thud. The figure recoiled with a hiss, but even in the darkness, Lily could see it wasn't deterred. It lunged again, faster this time. Lily stumbled back, dodging its grasp by a hair. Adrenaline surged through her, fueling a desperate burst of energy. She scrambled past the figure and raced down the hall, the pounding of bare feet against wood her only companion. She slammed open the back door, the rain hitting her like a cold slap, but she didn't care. She ran, not daring to look back, until her lungs burned and her legs threatened to give way. Finally, she collapsed under the dripping branches of a large oak tree in the neighbor's yard, gasping for breath. Sobbing, she pulled her knees to her chest, burying her face in her hands. The storm raged on, but the sounds of the house seemed muted now, distant. She had no idea how long she stayed there, huddled beneath the tree. But eventually, the eastern sky began to lighten. Exhausted but strangely calm, Lily emerged from her hiding place. The storm had passed, leaving behind a world washed clean and glistening. Relief flooded her, so intense it brought fresh tears to her eyes. As she approached the house, its familiarity a source of comfort now, she noticed a dark patch on the porch swing. Dread coiled in her stomach. It was blood, a dark stain against the wet wood. Hesitantly, she pushed open the front door. The house was silent, the oppressive feeling gone. She called out for her parents, but only silence answered.